Welcome to Read with Brie. The Itty Bitty Crab Goes on Vacation by Brie-Episode. This book is dedicated to anyone who could use a vacation right now. It serves as a reminder that yes, vacations are nice, but also home is where the heart is, and there's nothing sweeter than sleeping in your own home and in your own bed. The Itty Bitty Crab lived under the ocean. His home was a big gray rock on the sandy bottom. Every morning he peeked out from his rock, watching fish and other marine mammals swim by him. One day he said, "I will go on a big adventure just like them." One morning, the Itty Bitty Crab woke up with a cheerful outlook. He decided that today was the day he was going to go on a vacation. He scuttled out from underneath his big gray rock and said goodbye to his home under the ocean. Before he left, he packed his suitcase. Inside was a tiny towel, a seaweed sandwich, and a smooth white shell he'd found last year that was his most prized possession. "Now I'm ready," he squeaked. At the edge of the shallows, Jax the seahorse bobbed by. "Where are you off to, friend?" Jax asked. "I'm going on vacation," the Itty Bitty Crab chirped. "Do you want a ride?" Jax offered. "Come on, hop on." Jax turned around and the Itty Bitty Crab grabbed onto his spikes. "Where are you headed?" Jax asked. "To the beach," the Itty Bitty Crab replied. "I'm going to get a suntan." Jax the seahorse swam and took the Itty Bitty Crab as far as he could swim. The Itty Bitty Crab held on tight. Swish, swish! In and out of the seagrass and corals they went. Fish of every color darted by, saying, "Hello." Soon they arrived at the edge of the beach. "This is as far as I can go," Jack said to the Itty Bitty Crab. "Thank you. You saved me a day's worth of swimming here," said the Itty Bitty Crab. He waved his claws in excitement. The Itty Bitty Crab made it to the sandy shore of Beach Town. First, he wanted to drink a cool drink and feel the warm sun on his shell. Then he decided to eat his seaweed sandwich. Then the Itty Bitty Crab decided he wanted to play with a beach ball. He even wanted to try paddling a kayak for the first time. At the end of the day, the Itty Bitty Crab was exhausted. So the Itty Bitty Crab decided to do what he wanted to do all along, and that was suntan and relax in the sunshine. So he curled up with a good book on the beach lounge chair and enjoyed the sun on his shell. The Itty Bitty Crab loved being on vacation, but he was starting to miss his home under the ocean. "I think it's time for me to head back now. I loved my vacation, but I miss my home more," he thought to himself. He was starting to miss the comforts of home under his big gray rock. So he packed his bag and slowly scuttled to the water's edge. "Ah, cool and refreshing," he thought as he stepped back into the water. The Itty Bitty Crab headed back home to his big gray rock under the ocean. "I loved going on vacation, but I'm glad I'm home now," he thought. Home sweet home. Nothing beats being home in your own cozy bed. The Itty Bitty Crab realized that going on vacation and exploring the world is fun and all, but that coming home for a rest to recharge is needed too. Until your next adventure, Itty Bitty Crab. The end. Like and subscribe for more content.